Reminds me of the story of the man who was asked, what do you want people to say when they look at you at your funeral and they look at your casket? You want them to say you are just a wonderful friend to people, you're a great father, terrific husband? He said, no, I want them to look in my casket and say, look, he's moving. I think that applies to this predicament. Jesus pronounces this church, you are dead, but he says it's not completely over. Wake up. God has a track record throughout history of waking up his people. Or we could say he has a track record of upcycling his people, taking what's going downhill and becoming less and less valuable, doing this process of reshaping and reforming, re-envisioning so that the church can become more valuable. Facing and embracing the crisis, and yet knowing that God wants many of these churches to resurrect, motivates in us hope and change. Hope and change. By the way, that's not a political endorsement, by the way. They're just good words. They're just good words to use. Hope and change is motivating, and so is the prospect of enduring and prospering. But often it takes a wake-up call. Like the man who went to an appointment with his doctor, and the doctor said, sir, you have not taken care of yourself at all. You are in very bad shape. In fact, if things don't change, you are going to die in 10, and before the doctor could finish, the patient interrupted and said, 10? 10 what? 10 years? 10 months? 10 days? The doctor continued, 9, 8, 7, 6. That creates urgency. Whatever it takes to wake up the church to the hope that is available, if they're willing to embrace the crisis, answer the call, wake-up call, and third, to strengthen what remains. This is found in this passage as well. Wake up and strengthen the things that remain, which were about to die. Does that refer to a lot of churches you know about? For I have not found your deeds completed in the sight of my God. We need to answer and ask the question, what can we do with what we've got? What can we do with what we've got? What are they still doing well, or at least adequately? What ministries are still functioning, or what ministries are still fulfilling the purpose and vision of the church? What are they doing that is still bearing fruit? Because, friends, that seems to be the measure that we need to shoot for. Is it bearing fruit? Or are we not just doing activity, but we're actually accomplishing something?